We are now off to the Hanois Lighthouse, also known as Le Hanois. This is found about 1 mile approximately from the southwest coast of Guernsey, so just under 1 3/4 kilometers. This following video is a compilation of 2 trips that I did on duty to this lighthouse to fill in for keepers that were sick. The first trip was in 1990 and the other was 1994. Hanois Lighthouse, built 1862, height 118 feet, so about 36 meters. The light was 2 flashes every 5 seconds. The range in the 20-mile range, roughly 23 miles approximately. Foghorn was a super typhoon that did 2 blasts every 60 seconds. It was automated in 1996. That's when the keepers were withdrawn, and it isn't open to the public. 3 keepers did 28 days duty on board, then they had 28 days free from duty. They alternated with another crew of 3. Door at the bottom, just to the right with the pole stuck out and the steps, that's the entrance. Just above that, with a black box above it, that's the winch room window. The one to the left, just above the winch room, that's the engine room with all the stains from the engine. Then the one just above that, that's the window directly opposite the kitchen room door, which is also the living room. Then the one to the left of that, just above, that's the bedroom window, my bedroom window. And the one above that, that's the service room. And of course there's the lantern. There's the winch room window, or the doorway really. It's open at the moment with a safety bar across. The winch is the black box just above the door, that slides out, winching up heavy stores. That's the engine room window, and that's the constant noise you can hear all the time is the engine. That's the window I was telling you about, that's directly opposite the kitchen room door, which is also the living room. This is the bedroom window, one of 2. This is the one that's next to my bed. And that object just below the safety net on the gallery there is the foghorn. And here we have the main door, or the only door going in, apart from if you come in on the helipad by helicopter. Just a few dog steps and some rope to guide your hands, and up through some gunmetal doors, which can be fastened by bolts in stormy weather.
Okay, well this is where we normally come in, at the base of the tower. In here we got the water tanks. We hold 2,000 gallons in there, fresh water. This is a salt water pump for pumping up the toilet tank. We've got a toilet here, flush toilet, so we pump up seawater. Around here we've got a couple of crab pots which we put down when the weather's pretty good.
Right, here we are in the base of the tower again. This is what I told you before, is the water supply, fresh water. Now the way we dip it, take this off, get our marker rod. One side's marked in litres, the other side in gallons. There's the total capacity for the station is 2,000 gallons or 9,100 litres. If I can get the thing in there. Right. See what we got. That's 7,280 litres, or just about 1,600 gallons. That's what we got left at the moment. Stacks of water.
Upstairs. Okay then, well this is the toilet. So we've got a modern toilet on this lighthouse. Flush toilet, which is pretty good, unusual in these old towers. Let's see, we've got fridge, deep freeze. We've also got a tumble dryer, which is quite new to lighthouses these days. Don't normally have tumble dryers. Over here we've got the shower. This used to be the coal hole before. We used to put all the coal in here. This is a station life raft, in case we have to get off the lighthouse quickly, most unlikely, but at least we've got a life raft. Up there's the big boat ropes for when the tenders come, which isn't very often these days. This is a winch room. Want to get any heavy gear up, we've got this winch. Wind it out, pull the gear up. Also the oil tanks are over here. You can see we've got all the oil tanks. Diesel oil, run the engines.
Total fuel capacity for this station is 1,170 gallons, which this is what these are marked off in gallons, or it's 5,323 litres. That includes all the tanks in here, plus the spare 180 gallons downstairs. This is the lower engine room then. We've got two engines in here.
and one upstairs. I'll show you the one upstairs later. So we've got the Lister engine here, which we put on, runs the alternator. That gives us all the power for the station and the main light. We've got two down here, two engines, two alternators, and so we've got a third one upstairs. Quite a nice little engine room, plenty of room. Okay, then this is the kitchen where we spend all our time, living quarters. We've got the microwave oven, television, a video. We've got the telephone in here. Also got a Balling cooker. So I say we're pretty well modern in here. Everything's quite nice, like a little home from home, nice settee, etc. And this is where we spend most of the day doing our cooking, washing, and sort of living and resting in here. Right, this is the bedroom then. We've got 5 bunks in here. Okay, well this is my bunk. You see it's quite a good old bunk. PK always gets to pick the best bunk in the lighthouse, so this is about the best one. You've got the window. You can see Guernsey, you've got a nice view of Guernsey. You can see if the local boats are coming or anything like that. So it's a good spot to have. So you've got my photos and my Bible and everything, all my bits and pieces, my tape cassette. So it's quite a nice little area. This is the Elsa. That's if there's a fire in a lighthouse, it gets full of smoke. It's emergency life support apparatus. So what you do is you open it up and you put a mask on, turn it on, and then you can walk around the lighthouse for a few minutes in the smoke. So it's quite a good idea. Like you have on an aeroplane, the old oxygen drops down. Similar sort of thing. So there's one in each bunk, so we'll all be safe if there's a fire.
Hello, this is the bedroom. This is my bunk up here. I'll just walk up the steps and show you. Well, as you can see, this is my little bunker asleep. You can see I haven't got a great lot of room. Behind me, just here, is my bag and all sheets, blankets, all spare stuff. This is quite cold on the night here. And the little space at the side of me, all my little personal belongings, and not a lot. Albert Henry, my teddy, and my cards, and my watches, and usually my books, which I read. And this is my little world, where I come and escape every now and then. It's not much, but it does me for a month, as you can see.
Okay, here we are in the service room. We've got the top engine running, so I'm going to change the engines over so we can go upstairs. I'll put A engine on, get her started. Okay, I'll knock the top engine off. Be a bit quieter for us now. Right, as you can see, we've got the console here then for the three engines. A, B engines downstairs, C engines upstairs. Over here we've got the battery charger for the radio batteries. Here's where we do the watch, the service, the journal, the radio, the Sonet telephone, all the gear we need. The Park Air radio for the helicopter. As you can see, we've got the barometer and the extra pieces here. Shows you whether the light's going too fast, too slow, etc. You can see it's quite a nice little service room. We've got the top engine room. Also in the top engine room is we've got the compressors for the fog signal. Right, here we are then in the top engine room. Same engine as what we got, the two engines down below. Those are the two compressors for the fog signal. We've got two in case one goes wrong, we always put the other one on. Here's where we put the main light on in this cubicle here. It's nearly time for the light to go in, so I'll put that in a minute. Here's the station batteries then. These run the main light and all the battery lights throughout the station. There's a battery charger here for the main light batteries. So I'm trickle charge all the time. I'll just put the light in and then we can go up and see what it's like once the light's in. We'll put the light in here. Away she goes. I'll climb up into the lantern. But there you are then, this is what it's all about. main light, as you can see, going around there. Got the lighthouse all about, all the ships can see the light. That's what we're here for, keep the light shining. Okay, you can see it's pretty windy up here today. There's a fair old storm blowing, a bit misty, murky, got flags fluttering away there. As I say, this is where the main part of the lighthouse is, the main light, that's what it's all about. Well, I've just done morning watch. I tried to get in bed for a few hours sleep. It's now just gone 5. And that's my alarm call. Been going more or less since I got in bed, so it's pointless staying in.
Lens. This is the lens, it's only a small one. Runs on ball bearings. There's 2 bulbs inside here, if I can come round to the door. Right, here we are. Just 2 catches. Open up. Right, in there's 2 bulbs. There's 1 main bulb and 1 standby, one on at any one time. It's 100 volts and 1000 watts each bulb. And if anything happens, this thing trips and it clicks around to the next bulb automatically. You can see which is the main bulb because it's dark at the top. The one behind being the battery one. Right, once the lens is all closed up, I'll have to turn it all the way around again to do it. Once the lens is all closed up, and it comes through all these lenses, power, it's 400,000 candle power. That gives it a range of about 23 miles. And it's a white light. Does 2 flashes every 5 seconds. That's what these circles are. That's what governs the flashes.
Right, we're out on the gallery. That's the little door from the lens that we just came through. I'm going to turn to the right and just take us around the gallery. It's a bit windy up here. So you can see there's ladders going up to the heli deck with safety nets behind it. Right, we're just going round. The red object on your right just contains jackets and stuff like that for helicopter work. And the white container we're just passing down there on our right, that's one of the cylinders that contains compressed air that the compressors down below make up for the foghorn. There's the next one coming along. There's 3 of them up here. And the little discs on the floor, they're the skylights for the engine room that you'd in. That's the C engine just below the lens. Coming round to the 3rd fog compressed air container, then you got the helicopter rescue box. Right, just a quick look inside the rescue box, nothing much. There's some spare boxes and there's fire extinguishers and an axe and stuff like that, helmet, all for dealing with a helicopter if it has any difficulties on the heli deck above us. Right, there's the box, close up again, carry on with our journey. My shadow, there's back round to the door again. There we are. Right, there's about 3 openings down to the lower deck below here, and here's one just coming up down there. We're just about to go down there, show you what's down there. That's the hatch open, and if we just go around here you can see the ladder going down. That gets you direct access to where the foghorns are. Right, here we are down on that access I was telling you about. There's the ladder we just came down. That's back up to the lens, up through the hole. Back down again. To my left is the rest of the deck. You can't go very far. You have to step over all these beams. Right, keep going round. There's one of the foghorns coming up. There's the tank behind it. And there's the horn going out. I'll turn around now and go back where we can get a clearer view of the other one without the sun in our eyes. Right, now facing back the way we came, going round, stepping over everything. Right, on our left, as you can see, that's the way into the engine room. That's C engine in there. Now back round here, past the ladder we came down. Here's the tank, compressed air tank. And the little valve down there for draining off any water if it's been on for too long. There it is, protruding through the deck roof where we walked around earlier. And now here, if I can get the camera out there, you can see the trumpet pointing out to sea. Right, I've just squeezed past the foghorn and gone beyond it and now turned back. You can see the ladder in the background there where we came down. And there's the foghorn pointing out to sea down there. And I don't really want to be here if anybody turns it on. Right, there's 3 foghorns as I was saying. They're called super typhons, worked on compressed air which is stored in those tanks once the compressors in C engine room below the lens generates enough power to build up the pressure. Normally operate them beyond 40 pounds per square inch, and it gives 2 blasts every 60 seconds. All lighthouses normally having their own code on the foghorn as well as the light. The range, that's debatable because it depends how thick the fog is, but on a clear day you'd hear it probably 5 miles, perhaps 10 miles away.
The red object is part of our emergency fire escape. You attach a braked fireproof pulley system to it and yourself, and down you go. You may ask, down to what and where?
Right, this is the kitchen window. Just in case of storms, these great big metal shutters go across. And they should be bolted, but most of these are all painted over, so we have metal rods we jam in. Now you are ready for storms. And this can shut, and this, no noise. Any water that does get in, there's a little slot down there, it can slop out again. Also that's handy for when it's very windy and there's no waves. Stops the howling and the pounding on the old ears with the pressure.